This kind of violence, whether downtown or any of our neighborhoods, is completely unacceptable and unnecessary. Unnecessary. Thousands of people came downtown tonight, enjoyed the fireworks, and went home.
Welcome to Pegasus versus the World, where we take on challenges, comedy, trending topics, and some travel.
City boy! City boy!
All right, man, the YNs is back. Damn, if you know what a YN is, holla at me in the chat. If you don't, I can't explain it on YouTube. Yo. I got to look this up because, oh, man, I got to look this up. Because statistically, I want to know who he's talking to. Now, this is a clip that I saw going viral. I'm a couple days late to it, but I think it's worth the conversation. So there was a mass shooting, gang violence, not like, you know, some of the other stuff we've seen, but a gang shooting in Philly. And I just covered that. And then it reminded me of this clip where this officer, the clip I saw, he's just absolutely cooking. And I haven't heard the whole clip of him just going off on the senseless violence and, you know, people needing to take accountability. So this, I guess, happened in the weekend of 4th of July weekend in Indianapolis. And I didn't know Indianapolis was doing it like that. But again, you know, I try to keep my nose clean, stay away from all of the nonsense, because that was something that I, you know, lived somewhat in that lifestyle when I was a youth, and through lived experience, growing, maturing, you realize how dangerous it is being a part of certain factions or environments. And then, you know, you even grow up even more, mature even more when you start having children and don't want them around or associated with the type of people that do this type of silliness. So let's hear this officer cook. If you want to rock with me, like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm Black Pegasus, and there's a link in the description to some of my other channels. If you didn't know, now you know. Let's go.
Unnecessary. Thousands of people came downtown tonight, enjoyed the fireworks, and went home. Thousands more chose to come down here and all night cause trouble.
Thousands went downtown Indianapolis to cause trouble.
I was down here until about 12:30 tonight. I worked with my officers, took the runs with them, dealt with the disturbances, dealt with the utter disrespect for our city, for our laws, and for law enforcement.
Bruh, are y'all hearing this? This is like a subtle truth popping out. It's so dynamic, and it needs to be highlighted. You see how he yelled disrespect? These young MFers, these YNs out here disrespecting everything. And when he said it, you hear YNs in the background just being loud and obnoxious. Listen close.
Hundreds of unsupervised kids down here. I don't know how many times I have to say it. We are not your children's keepers. You are. And parents and guardians have got to step up. A kid is dead tonight. And we just don't know the age of the young man down the street, still here, dead.
And you hear the YNs in the background? Loud and obnoxious at a crime scene? That's a crime scene. Think about that. Let's look this up. I hate to do this, but it's just you got to do real shit. Do you have the statistics for crime in Indianapolis? Question mark. What race commits the most violent crimes in Indianapolis? Let's get to the facts. That's wild. Come on, man. I didn't ask you that. I asked you. Okay. I asked you. All right, this is wild. So national FBI data from 2019 show that white individuals accounted for 59.1% of violent crimes, arrests, black or African Americans, about 26% of the crime there amongst murder arrest. So hold on. Violent crime arrests, black. Okay. Among murder arrests, white adults made up 45%, black adults made up 51%, with juveniles also showing roughly even split by race. So think about this. Okay, white adults commit 45% of the murders in Indianapolis. Black adults commit 51%, and there's juveniles mixed into these numbers. Hold on. What is the black population and white population in Indianapolis? See, ChatGPT trying to explain this shit on some woke shit, and I just want the numbers. So let's see. Bruh, I got to sift through all this shit just to get a number. Bottom line, 50 to 57% of Indianapolis is white and 28% are black African American, making black the second largest racial group in the city. So that's interesting that the black folks, I thought they'd have more population with them committing more of the murder crimes. However, when you take robbery and all the other stuff, the white folks are up. But again, there's more white people there by almost 30%. So that's kind of giving you some of the numbers. When I say some of this commentary too, I feel like when you see the same thing over and over online, there's these stigmas that grow. And I think we have to be cautious of that, because I remember, sometimes you'll start to stereotype people from what you watch online. And I've had a lived experience this weekend in Kentucky where my mind was going to another place thinking, oh, what if this happens? And then I meet the people, two different circumstances, right? This block party, while these white folks for 4th of July, and a Chuck E. Cheese event with more black folks. And there's two different situations where it was nothing like the internet. It was nothing like I see online. So I want to put that out there, because just throwing these statistics and these blanket statements like, yo, it's, blah, 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 a lot of people get hit in the strays. And stereotypes are earned. So, but I just want to kind of put that in there because, I just know that I try to lead by example with the things I do. And when I meet people, I always give everyone a fair chance. But sometimes I'll see things and I'll start thinking of what I saw on the internet versus what I'm seeing in real life. And I'm like, wow, if I would have let the internet steer my consciousness in certain things, I would have thought this party with all these country folk would have went this way, and this, thing at Chuck E. Cheese would have went a different way. And so take everything with a grain of salt, be alive, be aware. But this shit is sad, man. This shit is sad. And I don't know what's going on in Indianapolis. And I think the reason, if you listen to the way he's speaking this way on purpose. Because I saw someone else talk about this and they're like, yo, it's all, this was all like gang related stuff. And I don't know. But looking at those statistics, you guys can make your own assessment of what's going on in Indianapolis and look up statistics yourself and figure out what's going on.
He looks young. It's unacceptable. The police department all night long went from place to place to place, trying to prevent these kind of things.
And put their life in the line of like their life is on the line, trying to prevent all this nonsense. They're trying to stop yo dumbass kids from shooting each other And that's for whatever race is doing the shit, you know? But they trying to stop yo dumbass kids from shooting each other, and in the process, a lot of them get taken out. And then they get these, F-12 and, F to Popo, and it's just like, man, public safety is a mother. Like, oh, so now I know I can't go downtown Indianapolis ever to watch a fireworks show with my family because my family could be in immediate danger's way.
And I gotta be honest, I'm tired of it. You should be tired of it. This is not our job to do this. It is unnecessary. You don't have to act like this. Our officers, half a block away from before this shooting started, dealing with another group of individuals fighting. We made almost, probably, well, we're still tallying them, about 20 arrests tonight. Recovered guns that I know of before this happened from 2 kids. One of them was an assault rifle stuffed in the front of his pants. I'm not sure anymore what it's going to take for some in our community to wake up. I've said it. This is where the kids are. This is where they are on Friday and Saturday nights. If you want to engage them, if you want to help them, you want to prevent some of this violence, this is where they are. Here, they're here. Come down. I invite all of those who think that I'm exaggerating this or that I'm saying just because it's downtown. No, nowhere else in the city is this concentration of people in one small area, less than
Who is these people?
a half a mile. Come down and see for yourself. You don't have to take my word for it.
So essentially, it almost feels like people are scoffing him, like, he's wording this very politically correct because MFers get canceled is effed up. I'm just going to say what I think. I can do that. What concentration of people are downtown Indianapolis? I don't know. I haven't been there in years. I was there for a show a long time ago. I have no clue. But he's alluding to something. And if I lived there, I would know exactly what he's talking about. And that's why he's speaking this way. He's like, if you think I'm lying, come down here and see it for your effing self and stop BSing. Stop acting like it ain't happening.
You can see them being dropped off by their parents.
Them.
5 or 6 at a time out of the car. You can see them jump out of Ubers and Lyfts. And you can see them jumping off the buses that they ride down.
They ride down. This is crazy.
That they miss and then linger around downtown. Heck, look to your left. You're still going to see some people that probably shouldn't be out here right now, lingering. Not going to bars, not going to restaurants, didn't come down here to see the fireworks, shooting fireworks off at our community from the top of parking garages.
I hear the voices in the background. It doesn't sound like Kyle and Scooter.
Unnecessary. Any questions?
Is it going to take other city departments to step up?
Now, see, we keep going back to what's the government going to do? What's the city going to do? The city's invested in this. Millions of dollars the city, taxpayers, pay for police overtime to staff this 1 square mile area with, there was a couple hundred cops down here between state police and Capitol Police and IMPD and other police department agencies. Yes, we're going to keep doing our job. The city of Indianapolis, government, the police department is going to continue to do our job. We're not going to solve this. Not just by the police. We made 20 arrests tonight.
Bailey, you're a dad.
Yeah.
He's right. It's a community issue, and it's a parental. He's hitting it on the nose. The thing is, no one wants to go to the root cause of these things. This is what's so problematic. We incentivize bad behaviors, and then it's just like we don't incentivize the right people. Like it sounds like, bro, you can hear the frustration, and I would be willing to bet he's a father. You can hear the father coming out of him. He's like, sit your ass down. Like, he's probably a good dad, but I could be, jumping off a limb here. But he just seems like he's not putting up with the bullshit. And he's like, look, this is what's happening. And what's effed up is he could get taken out in the line of duty for just some dumb It's craziness.
What would you say to those parents out there?
I don't understand it. I know where my kids are at all time. So maybe that's, maybe I shouldn't be that way. 16-year-old daughter. I cannot imagine letting her roam around down here tonight like she was, like kids were. Unattended, unsupervised, nothing to do. Some of these individuals that were shot could have been very well not engaged in any kind of disturbance whatsoever. But
see that? Did y'all see that? See, he got to keep his head on a swivel. He knows how, bro. That's crazy. Hold on.
Were shot could have been very well not engaged in any kind of disturbance whatsoever. But
hold on. How the hell he disappeared? He disappeared. What the hell? Am I watching some reptilian shit? Watch this. Black kid right here, gone. When he looks over, you don't see him. Maybe he just went into the night. What the hell?
Not engaged in any kind of disturbance whatsoever. But it just caught up in a crossfire. Merely down here, enjoying ice cream. Or maybe they were down here for the fireworks or wanted to see what's going on in the circle and got caught up in whatever's happening. But look, nothing good happens after midnight. Some of these kids should not have been out here.
I'd argue nothing good happens after nightfall. Like 10 p.m., you're cooked. Like just, that's me being a grown-ass man. I was out there in those streets when I was young, y'all. So I get it, but I don't get this shit. I wasn't out there caught wreaking havoc and trying to murk people, like never. But being a young man, you're out late, being rebellious, doing dumb stuff, racing, fighting, stealing. Like I was doing a bunch of dumb stuff, and I admit to it. I always confess to it up here, and I've changed my ways, and I try to do my best to lead by example. But like the shit cats are on now, these kids are on now.
Period. They missed the bus going back. Was some of the stories that we heard. One of our officers prevented two young girls from getting into a stranger's car because they missed the bus to go back home. Wait, you have no ability to call your parents? Your parents wouldn't come pick you up if you missed the bus?
Nope, they wouldn't. That's the problem, the parenting.
There is a problem. There is a problem. It's not going to be solved by the police. It's our job to try to keep people safe, and they did it tonight. I watched it with my own eyes. I helped do some of it. They did all the work. They ran toward the gunfire down here as they were working another fight. They're all in. They're all in. So when I hear people say, oh, we're just worried about minor things in downtown Indianapolis. No, minor things turn into big things. The amount of guns that I saw tonight on people roaming around here with nothing else to do. We can't do anything about it. Like, unless you're a kid, there's nothing, unless you're doing something with the gun or doing something illegal, we can't go up and ask you what you're doing with the gun. That turns into bad things, especially when there's fights or when there's alcohol or there's weed induced.
So can you confirm it was one juvenile and then one adult was dead?
We know for sure that there is one dead kid. The other one, dead individual, we're still. There's been nothing that occurred to make any kind of positive ID on that. I guarantee you, we're gonna share everything over the next day or so. All the arrests, what they were for. We're gonna give you pictures of the guns that we took from these kids. And we'll share more details about what happened here. And this could have very well happened in any neighborhood, but this is where the kids were. And I've told you this is where the kids were. This is where the kids are. I've told everyone this.
Message tonight to the ones who come downtown, because unfortunately this is the second weekend we've had mass situations here downtown with kids. Message to these kids of
This is not a second weekend. This has been going on for years, except now a lot of these. I want to use my words carefully. A lot of these kids have guns, and we know some of the.
A lot of these have guns. Yo, he's like, let me use my words carefully.
The indicators, right?
Damn.
Backpacks on backwards. Some of them are wearing masks and other things where they can easily disguise themselves because there's cameras everywhere. They did it right under a camera tonight.
It's funny because they said they couldn't ID one of them yet. Think about that. When's the last time you went out without your ID? Me, never. Just think about that.
We made those arrests in the Canal shooting and the one at 30 South Meridian Street. Technology helped us do that. We're going to use technology again. We're going to find out who did it, and we're going to hold them accountable. And if I can convince the prosecutor to hold parents accountable, I'm going to do that too. I don't know that I can, because there's a set of rules, and why I may see the rules differently than the prosecutor, because the prosecutor has to prosecute them. But I'm going to seek some kind of accountability to parents. There has to be more than just what are the police doing.
You ain't lying, man.
Our final question. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Accountability. Accountability. Golly. Well, you heard it here first. No, you didn't. I'm a couple days late to this, but the conversation goes on because y'all saw the video I put where there was a shooting in my neighborhood over road rage. Road rage. Y'all can see the video on my channel. I'm surprised all y'all watched it like that. It almost has 100,000 views. Dude pulled out a damn Draco in the middle of the street and just started bucking. Literally, oh man, it's just craziness. Anyways, let me know.
City boy, city boy.